All right, guys, I want to skip the intro and jump right into this. I seen this story late last night, but it was so late and I was tired. I couldn't get up the energy to do this. But I mean, these two people that you see pictured on this in front of you, both of them need their heads put in a hydraulic press, and I would pay to watch it. The person on the left, the man, is Travis Doss, Doss, 31 years old, out of Las Vegas, Nevada. The girl that's with him, Amanda Stamper, Stamper. She's 33 years old, also from Las Vegas, where the story took place. Now, these people are under arrest, and they were arrested Sunday. Now, I don't want to tell you what they did because I just seen the story. And I just want to read this article real quick, and then I got a surprise for you after that. We're going to tear fire to this one. Now, check this out. A couple facing multiple child abuse charges after police found two bruised children locked in a dog kennel at a Las Vegas apartment were arraigned Wednesday in Justice Court. Travis Doss, the black dude, and Amanda Stamper, self-explanatory, made appearances, and a judge scheduled their preliminary hearings for June 29th, with Doss held on $250,000 bail and Stamper on $125,000 bail at the Clark County Detention Center based on court and jail records. Doss faces a charge of attempted murder, 8 counts of child abuse or neglect with substantial bodily harm, 6 counts of child abuse or neglect, all felonies according to court records. And it goes on to say, Stamper is accused of 7 counts of child abuse or neglect with substantial bodily harm. One of the children kept in the cage had eyes that were black and swollen shut. Bruises on his body, was extremely malnourished, anemic, needing a blood transfusion, and both of his kidneys were enlarged due to backed up urine, according to Metropolitan Police Department arrest reports. A doctor told police the boy would have died had he not been taken to University Medical Center, while a nurse informed police that this is the worst case of abuse she has seen in 13 years. Las Vegas police discovered the children Sunday after responding to a call from a woman who was hiding from her husband inside a drugstore not far from the apartment complex, located near Valley View Boulevard and Flamingo Road. According to the arrest reports for Doss and Stamper, they were arrested Sunday. In addition to the 2 boys found in the kennel, there were 4 other children. Stamper told police that Doss had been violent with the other 5 children, aged 6 to 12, sparing only the 6th one who was born in 2021. He also claims Doss hit the 5 children with belts, extension cords, skillets, and his hands and feet. The couple Stamper related to police owned a black skillet with a wooden handle that Doss allegedly used so often that it had dents in it from the children's head, according to police. The couple told police that Doss had locked the 2 boys in the kennel for stealing food, the arrest report says. Stamper told police that Doss is violent with all the children except for the youngest, which I don't know why they said that twice, born in 2021. Stamper also told police that Doss was her husband and her pimp. She accused Doss of punching, kicking, strangling, body slamming, and throwing things at her when he'd get violent over the last 3 years, according to Stamper and Doss arrest reports. Doss also told police he wanted them to take one of the children in the kennel away, and says he's washed his hands with him. His arrest report said. Stamper told police that Doss sent a photo of one of the children unconscious, saying that he kicked the boy in the head too hard and he was dead. Doss admitted to police that he sent Stamper that message, according to the arrest report. Folks, that was the reading of that article, and it's messed up, and it really upset me, only for the simple fact that who does that to children, their children at that? This right here, I looked at the pictures of them, and I seen the pock marks on her face. I'm like, she's some type of drug addict. Then when I seen where they was living at, which I'll disclose to you in a second, I was like, okay, this thing right here is open and shut stupid stuff. And it's something that we see. You get a guy that is a piece of crap. He'll get a girl. She's pretty at one time, get into her head and use her till he use her up. 6 kids, right? Oldest one is 12. All of them is his. What that tell you? He used this woman as a personal slave. He had her mind, used her body at his will, treated her like a thing instead of a person, and also the byproduct that came out of her. I tell you, a lot of times people do stuff to people because they hate themselves, and they take it out on their kids. Perfect example. Listen, I'm going to show you the video, the police video. It's out, and it's sickening to see it. But I mean, this is some of the real stuff that we really need to be showing out there. A lot of people hear about it, but when you visually see something, it has a lasting memory in your picture in your mind. And I'm going to play this. Now, this is what the news covered. It's the dash cam when they came, not the dash cam, the body cam when they came in there and seen the kids. Look how the police was when they first went in there. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they had female officers with them. And I think they helped with the composure, because I don't see no male officer going in there and seeing that situation and handling these people while arresting them very gingerly. Check this out.
Disturbing video as police rescue 2 small children discovered locked in a cage. The 2 adults who live there now behind bars themselves. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Brian Loftus.
I'm Denise Valdez. 8 News Now investigator David Sharns first told you about those arrests. Now he has video you're seeing first on 8 News Now. David?
And we do want to warn you that this video is hard to watch. Police say they found 6 children, all under the age of 11, all showing signs of child abuse. 2 locked in that cage, and one of them with injuries so bad, police say his father thought the boy was dead.
Hey, it's Metro Police. We just want to make sure everything's okay.
A Metro Police officer's body camera rolls as she and her partner try to get into this extended stay unit.
Can we get a third unit to our location?
Officers are outside the door on Valley View near Flamingo after meeting up with 33-year-old Amanda Stamper and 31-year-old Travis Doss at this store across the street. According to grand jury transcripts, Stamper told police Doss had sent her a photo of his 11-year-old son, saying he believed he had beaten the child so hard he was deceased inside this cage.
You already talked to your parents, okay? You need to open the door so we can talk to you.
Officers are talking to a child behind the door who refuses to remove the security chain. You can hear the small voice.
We want to make sure you guys aren't hurt.
We're not hurt. We're fine.
I can't leave until I physically see you, sweetie. Please answer the door.
After about 10 minutes, a maintenance worker convinces the child to let the officers in. The adults cross the threshold, finding the 6 children alone, 2 padlocked in a small cage.
Hi, guys. Hey, call us for animal control.
Officers struggle to open the lock.
You're 9, sweetie. Okay. Okay.
Cutting it and freeing the 2 young boys. One badly beaten and severely malnourished, with swollen eyes, open wounds, and scars.
Oh, baby, come on. Okay, sweetie.
Police lead the children into daylight, several of the 6 telling police their father said never open the door for strangers.
Sweetheart, it's okay. I'm okay, baby. It's okay.
The badly injured child saying on video he hadn't eaten in days and that his father would hit him with belts, cords, and according to police, this pan. A detective telling the grand jury he kept saying that he was always hungry, that he needed big food because he was a big boy now, and that he would have to share like one large fry from McDonald's with his 6 siblings.
I hit my face on the cage because I was squished up trying to get out of the cage because I had all this noise and I was freaking out.
A prosecutor to a detective. Did the 11-year-old mention to you how often he was locked in the dog cage? He said all day, every day. He said too long.
Not a bad kid. This is just a really crappy situation, okay? And we're gonna get you some help, and this is not gonna happen again.
That child survived, but we do not know right now where he or his siblings are. We are told they are all doing okay. The 2 adults charged have pleaded not guilty. We asked to speak with the officer there who saw the compassion from her and the other officer who helped her. Metro declined our interview request.
All right, guys. I'm gonna be a little bit explicit in this video. Now, you guys that been around me a while, you know certain things tick me off, and this is one of those type of things. Neglect of children, child abuse, silly stuff. It's like I can't take it. So, I mean, I'm gonna say what I feel, and I'm gonna say what I feel needs to be said on this case, in this case. So, I mean, a lot of y'all know me. I gotta be myself, and also,
if you think I'm here to play around with y'all, goddamn or not.
let's take this from the top. Before we go into the video with the children, I'm gonna start with these 2 people. Look at the dude. Fellas, we seen this type of dude before. We see this guy in the hood all the time. This guy think through his hands. This guy is a tyrant. Look at him. He in court ain't showing no remorse. Unlike her, the feminine side of her, she understand, you know, losing the kids. She locked up. There's a big mistake and all this stuff. Now, I'm not defending her because she's just as stupid as him. But I mean, they said something that was key. Husband and pimp. 2 words that should never go together. Y'all agree or disagree? That's your wife. Your wife. Your life partner. Somebody that's supposed to have your back and know you better than you know yourself. This guy right here is a human tornado of dumb shit. He is. He is. Those is his children. Think about this. The oldest child was 12, and there's 6 of them. There's 6 of them. 6 children in 12 years. He used her until he was going to use her up. And on top of that, in them 6 years, remember, he was a pimp too. She had to be selling herself while she was pregnant. Think about it. Because I want you to go back and look at that video. Go look at the video. Did you see those dogs? The dogs were out of the cage. Now, one dog was in the cage. The other 2 dogs was out the cage. Them expensive dogs, if y'all know about dogs, them dogs can be between $3,000 to $30,000. The dogs was out running because the cage was occupied with children. His children. You, sir, your children. Now I'm going to tell you something. Looking at the whole psychology of this thing, you know, I think from different angles, and I try to get you guys to think about stuff, you know, not to persuade your opinion, but just open your eyes and not look at something straight on. What I got from this was this. He treated the kids physically what he is mentally. An animal. He padlocked the cages so the babies could not get out. They said one of the kids in there, I mean, they're all babies to me, whether the oldest is 12, was his kidneys was about to shut down because he couldn't let his urine out. Now, I don't know if y'all seen this before, but there be people that have a dog, a pet animal, and they'll have it in a cage, a pet dog in an apartment. A lot of times in an apartment, you see this. They'll keep the dog locked up. The dog will have signs of despair, and he'll have all these signs of just like not being happy. And you can see he's out of his element. They had this empty look in their eyes. A lot of times their eyes are watery. And a lot of times it plays tricks on their psyche the way they get aggressive, or they get so conditioned of being in a cage that when you go to let them out, they what? Attack you. The same applies to human beings. We're meant to roam just like animals. And when you take a human being at an early age and take him out of his element, you do what? You cut his potential or her potential and their enjoyment and fulfillment in life as a human being. When you have a child or children, period, a lot of times they ask people, they say, hey, what if you had a chance to do it all over again? What would you change about yourself? Your child is that clean slate. Y'all agree or disagree? Your child is your second chance at making this world a better place and making a positive contribution from all the negative you did and ruined your own fucking life. Nobody ever sees it like that. We don't. We caught up in temptation. He used this woman, Amanda Stamper, and you can look at her. She was a pretty woman. Pretty woman. Probably came from a good home before he got in their ear. Seriously, got in her ear. And we see this a lot. This guy is one of them people that they're just destructive by nature. And you can't get that out of him. A lot of times I say, there are people in prison, and I've been there, that belong there. Like, I'm like, damn, okay, I see why jail is here. You belong in this place. He's that type. You can put him in a positive situation. You could put him, and some of y'all know these type of people, you could put him in a nice apartment, a nice $1 million home, and give him $3 million and see what he do in 2 years. In 3 weeks, you go in that house, it'll look like outside trash, all kind of shit, rubbers, weed, all kind of dumb shit, dogs running all around, probably neighbors' kids in the cages. Seriously, some people don't give a damn about nothing and they think they're entitled to everything. You hear what I said? Some people don't give a damn about nothing, but think they're entitled to everything. We see this all in the crimes now. People having Karenistic behavior. People just going around pulling guns out and shooting on road rages. People just walking up to random people and running their pockets and taking their money. Robbing the handicapped. Beating kids that ain't theirs to death. Or in this case, treating your own kids like crap because you're crap. This guy right here, Travis Doss, is nothing but an oxygen thief. Jail is not enough for him. That's too good for him. Now, Amanda, I usually go hard on couples. Amanda, you can look at her and tell she's timid. She's a timid chick. And he been forcing himself on her, not physically, but mentally, and intimidating her for a long time. You know what I'm saying? You'll get people that are sheepish and don't want to, and they, get caught up. And I think this is the case with her. I honestly do. She been beat. Remember, she said he beat her, stomped her, body slammed her. He's not no small dude. Body slammed her and all this other stuff and kicked her over the last 3 years. That means she was carrying a baby when he was still beating her up. She's nothing but an object to him. Another resource for him to go out in the street and act like he's something that he's not in front of a bunch of people and say, I'm a pimp, I'm this, I'm that. She's nothing but another tool for him to get currency and continue the destructive nature in the life that he got, that he created. Them kids was another part. He pimped that woman. He pimped them kids. Because she was getting some type of assistance. What kind of man with 6 kids does not say, okay, shit, this is a lot of kids, priority. We can't live like this, and got them living in a damn hotel. An extended stay at that with dogs in there. A 1-room place with 6 kids. You got a 12 and 11-year-old Stair step down. A 12-year-old need his own room. At what time in your life would it be a priority to give your children an ample opportunity to be successful in life? I tell you when, never, because you're a selfish son of a bitch. That woman was a doormat. She got assistance for them kids living in a hotel. You know you take advantage of the system, and I guarantee you that money went to them damn dogs. You padlocked your fucking baby in a goddamn cage. Are you fucking stupid? Seriously. They gave this motherfucker a bond of $250,000. $25,000, you can get back out in the street. Don't matter that you almost beat your kids to death and treated them like slaves. You ever watch these damn sex trafficking movies and stuff? They had these women locked up in dog cages and stuff like that. That's what it reminded me of, and that's what set me off. These children seem to be persecuted at birth. Their young adult life, they should be out here having fun experiences, and all they can do is laugh about the time when daddy hit you in the head with the pan and didn't knock you out and all this other stupid stuff. He beat them with a skillet so bad it had dents in it from hitting them in the head. What leniency does somebody like that have? He treated them like they were not human. Proof of it, they was in a damn dog cage. The plastic piece wasn't even in there. So can you imagine being a child sitting in there Indian style because you can't stand up and stretch all goddamn day with a grate under your ass and you can't pee? Think about that. How do you treat your own children worse than the animals that are running around them in the house? That tells me he has no idea what value is or his own legacy. He just lived for him. A man boy. Only thing he provisioned at is intimidating people and fighting on them. When will this shit end, man? For real. We need to start disassociating ourselves with this dumb shit and calling it out to where motherfuckers need to be shamed. Where, hey, you know what? This motherfucker here, you heard about him? Hey, man, I don't fuck with you. And I'm going to tell you another thing, too. And let me make this clear. Anybody that does this type of stuff should be treated almost like a child offender. I don't want to say the other word. They should not be around children, whether it's theirs or not. And it should be a mark on them where like it goes on their record. Like when they go to apartments and stuff, because you know a lot of people get that offender charge. That's a death sentence because you can't get an apartment. You got to let people know where you at. They need to start doing that with people like this. All child crimes, they need to press that law and do them. Hey, when you move into the area, yeah, we got a child abuser in the area. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got to specify what they did. Just put that label on them and line them up with these other offenders. So they don't know who's who. Faces just popping up on the Google Maps. They're like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a death sentence. They need to start doing that. $250,000, 10%, $25,000. You can go and walk the strip again, even though you damn near killed your fucking kids. For her, $12,500. It's no different. You can go out there, sell your coochie, go get daddy out of jail. I think she was a prisoner just as much as them. Honestly, I do. She on drugs. He supplying that. He taking everything man, I don't feel that. I don't feel it. All in all, man, it's good the kids got out of there. As a police officer, if I went in there and seen it, and this is one of the things I need for y'all to say. This is a perfect example. Everybody talk crazy about the police and stuff. We do this from a surface level. These motherfuckers see stuff we don't see. And they look at humanity differently than we see it because they have to go and fix this type of stuff and keep their composure and not touch somebody. We got to take that into consideration. For real. The human side of it, we got to take that into consideration. Because I'm telling you, it's hard to do the job they do. That's why I don't do it. That's why I don't shit on them like that unless I see them do something stupid in the street that lacks good judgment. But I mean, that's anybody. These people do not deserve to go to jail. They should have been ended before they even got out of that house, that apartment. I'd have took the kids out, close the door, and then the car in the van with a cane. Seriously. I was supposed to go to Las Vegas tomorrow, and I forgot to make this announcement due to emergency. I had to cancel my trip and take care of some stuff out here financially. So, I mean, I'll replan it. But guys, man, leave me a comment on this. Who does this? This is beyond disappointing, and it has to stop. Children don't ask to be here, and they don't have voices a lot of times. Me, on my platform, I speak how I feel, but I also try to put my mind in how a child would see it. All they had was each other. And to sit there and watch somebody that's supposed to love you hurt somebody else like they hurt you, and you so scared you can't do anything. You just gotta sit there and watch your loved one get beat, and they looking at you knowing you can't help them. Horrific. What do you think that does for the psyche? What do you think the rehab physically and mentally would be for these children? How do you think if they go to foster homes, especially the 11 and 12-year-old, their life most likely messed up? They'll be in group homes and everything. Hurt people, hurt people. You understand what I'm saying? What kind of fathers you think they'll be? This stuff needs to be called out because it messes up future generations, and this is the perfect example of that. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Region channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm sorry the video was so long, but I wanted you to get the gist and get all the details of this. This is one of the most horrific things I ever thought about. That I've seen just from a psychological standpoint. Who the fuck does this? I'll see you in the next video.